Good Tuesday afternoon, and thanks for joining us on KARE 11 News Now. I'm Lauren Lemanchek. New this afternoon, Minneapolis leaders and Latino small business owners are gathering to speak out against President Trump's immigration policies. The group says those policies are already taking a toll on business and their sense of safety. This comes just 24 hours after this ICE activity near the Somali Carmel Mall. Witnesses tell KARE 11 a crowd gathered and tensions escalated after agents attempted to pull two women out of a car. Our photographer captured video of what appeared to be a snowball thrown at agents who responded with pepper balls. Federal officials have not commented on the incident. Also new today, Governor Walz signing into law two executive orders to address gun violence in Minnesota. The orders establish a statewide safety council on firearms and are meant to improve gun education in our state. He was joined by several other lawmakers who say it's time to take action in our state about gun violence. We also heard from parents of students at Annunciation Catholic School.
What happened to us on August 27th is not something we will ever be over. The aftermath is still incredibly raw. What we learned and what too many communities learn is that gun violence does not respect geography, faith, or politics. It can happen to anyone, anywhere. That reality is why moments like today really matter.
The commissioner of the Department of Public Safety says his department will work on gun educational materials that will go out to Minnesota schools so all Minnesotans can know their gun rights and how to safely use them. Minnesota Senate Republicans responding this afternoon, saying these executive orders do not provide an actual solution to gun violence and that the Minnesota GOP is committed to student safety, mental health resources, and keeping violent criminals in prison. Developing right now, the Robbinsdale School Board is set to close 3 schools as they work through a multi-million-dollar budget deficit. In a vote last night, they decided to shut down Robbinsdale Middle School, Noble and Sonneson Elementaries, and the Educational Services Building. Lakeview and Neal Elementary are staying open. The board, though, isn't done yet. Another school closure is up for debate after the first of the year. We're also tracking uncertainty in the state's largest school district. Tomorrow, 3,200 Anoka Hennepin teachers begin a 4-day vote on whether to authorize a strike. They've been working without a contract since June. Union leaders say rising health care costs are the biggest sticking point in their negotiations with the district. They could walk off the job just after the new year. Happening right now, formal charges are expected soon for Nick Reiner, who's accused of murdering his parents, the director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle. Nick is being held without bail after his parents were discovered stabbed to death Sunday in their Hollywood home. Police now say after that gruesome discovery, they were able to track Nick to a park near the USC campus in downtown Los Angeles and take him into custody. Charges against Nick Reiner are expected sometime tomorrow. Right now, polls are open for a special primary to fill 2 empty House seats. District 47A became vacant when Representative Amanda Hemmingson Yeager resigned for a state Senate seat. 3 Democratic candidates and no Republican candidates have filed to run, so whoever wins today will be the only candidate on the special election ballot in January. House seat District 64A belonged to St. Paul Mayor-elect Kali Herr. 7 candidates are on that ballot. 6 of them are DFL candidates. The winner will take on the lone Republican in the race in that special election. A check of the markets this afternoon. Not good after a new jobs report with data that was delayed by the government shutdown. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the U.S. lost 105,000 jobs in October, then added 64,000 in November. The unemployment rate rose to 4.6% in November, the highest since September 2021. A significant part of the October job losses came from federal government employment. The shutdown also delayed key inflation data. That report's expected to come out on Thursday. It's day 4 of a manhunt for whoever is behind the mass shooting at Brown University in Rhode Island. Officials releasing new photos and videos of a person of interest walking through Providence in the hours before the shooting. 2 students were killed in that attack and 9 others were hurt. Aaron McLaughlin is in Providence with the latest.
Following the release of a person of interest that the Attorney General tells me they have detained and released, ruling him completely out of the investigation. Yesterday, we saw this renewed investigative push here in Providence, Rhode Island. FBI combing through bins, sifting through bushes, searching the perimeter of the university for any clues. Police going door to door on local businesses and homes, asking for any Ring camera footage. And by the end of the day, authorities had released several surveillance videos showing what they say is a person of interest 2 hours prior to the attack in the area. Notably, though, his face concealed. The Attorney General tells me that right now they do not have any clear image of the suspect's face, a compounding factor in this ongoing investigation. The FBI has announced a $50,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest. We're also getting new information about the weapon used. According to police, a 9mm handgun was used to carry out the attack. Brown University has put out an appeal for anyone who was in the building behind me where the attack took place to come forward for interview. They're asking anyone who was in that building either Friday or Saturday. Meanwhile, this is a community in mourning, honoring lives lost, including 19-year-old Ella Cook from Alabama, as well as freshman Muhammad Aziz Umerzakov from Uzbekistan. His sister telling NBC News, quote, "We don't want him to end up being a number. We want everyone to see his face. We want everyone to know his name." Back to you.
New today, Australian authorities say this weekend's mass shooting at a Hanukkah event at Bondi Beach was motivated by Islamic State ideology. Officers shot and killed the 50-year-old suspect and injured his 24-year-old son. Police also confirmed they found 2 homemade ISIS flags inside their car. The shooting killed 15 people. More than 24 remain hospitalized. While the 2 shootings are a world apart, a Twin Cities rabbi is uniquely impacted by both, and he spoke with Carla Hult about it.
Hours before lighting the first candle of Hanukkah,
It is our festival of lights.
Rabbi Adam Spilker of Mount Zion reflects today on how this holiday follows the weekend of darkness.
My wife and I were at home,
Tragedies Rabbi Adam first learned about in his role as dad.
and we received a text from our son saying that I'm safe.
Aiden Spilker graduated from Brown University last year and is now working at the university as an artist in residence.
The workshop shares space in the engineering building. It's right next to it.
Meaning Aiden was just feet and moments away from where the shooting began.
He almost was at the bathroom where the shooting was happening, but he had decided not to go out there because he wanted to finish his project. Somebody came into the room, told him the shooting was happening. He and some others helped get some of the students out of the Brown design space onto the street.
His son safe from harm.
The way he described it was a blur.
A father could now contemplate the unthinkable.
Thank God you're okay, and my heart breaks for the victims. But then I started realizing, my body started realizing, as it started shaking, like, oh my gosh, this is where but for the grace of God, Aiden could have been there.
A moment's peace shattered
Your family was touched, and then your family was touched.
Yeah.
by another tragedy in Australia.
I first learned because the Jewish Community Relations Council had put out an alert. And you think about the human loss and the terror that these families and the turmoil that they're feeling, and it is really hard.
A hard truth to ponder for a rabbi who also believes the rhetoric of today, often related to Israel, puts all Jews at risk.
But when that turns into statements such as globalize the Intifada, that statement has real-world consequences.
But when it comes to that world,
how do you persist, and what is your message for your community right now?
It's the one that doesn't change. It's the one that we are going to do, which is we're not stopping anything that we're doing.
Rabbi Adam Spilker still believes in the light. The light that surrounded Mount Zion after the Tree of Life shooting in 2018. The light this rabbi and father will honor for these 8 days of Hanukkah and all those that follow.
To remember that there are many, many more people with love in their hearts than hate in their hearts, and to hold on to that, that is important. They lit that light. That's faith. And that's what we have to do in times of darkness. And we will continue lighting that one candle after the other.
Well, stunning new video this afternoon showing the devastation in Washington state after intense rains caused a levee to fail. That levee breach prompted a level 3 evacuation to communities, and you can see why. Entire neighborhoods near the White River are underwater, and that water isn't done rising yet. Intense rains are expected to last through tomorrow, pushing rivers near Seattle to historic levels. Stick with us. There is more news and weather coming up after the break.